One of the lessons that World War II left us is the level of cruelty and evil that humans reached. All this became evident as the defeat of the Reich was imminent. The Allied and Soviet forces advanced through the east and west and encountered various concentration and extermination camps, which until not long time ago had been run by the infamous SS. The responsibility of directing these death centers fell not only on men, but also on women. One of these was Maria Mandel, known as the Beast of Auschwitz, due to her cruelty and brutality. She was in charge of the entire women's section of that concentration camp. No prisoner dared to look her directly in the eyes. Doing so meant death. Maria Mandel was born in Austria in 1912 in a middle-class family. In the difficult 1930s, the young Mandel found it difficult to find work, so she decided to go to Germany where, thanks to a relative and her sympathy for National Socialism, she managed to achieve a place as a guard at the Lichtenberg concentration camp. This would be one of the first internment camps that the Nazis would open for their political enemies. In Lichtenberg, along with 50 other women, Mandel began to give terrible punishments to all the prisoners, but as the Nazi regime became radicalized and more people arrived, they decided to open a new camp only for women. This was the Ravensbruck concentration camp that had officially entered service at the beginning of 1939. Here Mandel would begin to earn her terrible fame due to her extreme punishments. Usually the punishment for minor crimes in the camp consisted of 25 lashes, however she enjoyed prolonging the pain by inflicting more than 75 lashes on the prisoners. Some fell unconscious from the pain, but Mandel ordered them to be woken up immediately to continue the punishment. His terrible methods impressed his superiors and, it is said, even Himmler himself. For this she was promoted to detention supervisor and then to head of guard. With this new position she was in charge of the daily routine and deployment of the guards under his command. She also selected women for human experiments. Many of the women who ended up in the hands of the sadistic Dr. Sigmund Rascher were sent by Mandel herself. Another of this woman's favorite methods was that after whipping the inmates she followed a macabre game in which she could stand for hours in front of the prisoners waiting for one to look her in the eyes. The person who made the mistake of looking at her disappeared without a trace. Mandel's cruel methods, but also his ability to train new female guards, really impressed the higher-ups in the SS, for which he was sent to what is sadly known as the Death Factory, Auschwitz. In this place he truly lived up to his nickname of the Beast. Maria Mandel held the rank of camp supervisor, a position so high that she was only behind the camp commander Rudolf Haas himself. Mandel controlled all the women's camps and enjoyed absolute power over the lives of thousands and thousands of prisoners. From selecting the inmates who were going to be executed in the gas chambers to choosing those who were spared death. In many cases, these women became something similar to companion animals or, as she said, pets. In Auschwitz she also collaborated with another rather infamous name in the Nazi regime. Mandel enjoyed choosing the women, men and children who would be sent to the Angel of Death, Joseph Mengele, for his experiments on human beings. She also enjoyed welcoming new inmates arriving at the camp or separating children from their mothers. She used to stop at the entrance to wait for the arrival of trucks or train cars and make a quick selection of those who were passing to the camp and who were going to the chamber. For anyone who voluntarily or involuntarily broke the rules of the camp, there was a rather cruel punishment. Mandel forced the women to walk around the entire field several times completely barefoot in winter, then she sprayed them with ice water and kept them standing for more than 20 minutes in the open. This usually ended in terrible pneumonia for the prisoners. At the end of 1944 she was sent to the Dachau camp where he continued to cause horrible suffering to the camp's prisoners. However, the rapid advance of Soviet and American troops forced Mandel to flee to the Alps. She reached her old home, but her father, aware of her job with Nazism, rejected her. Mandel then hid at his sister's house. However, with the liberation of thousands of prisoners in Auschwitz, Dachau, and Ravensbruck, Mandel's name quickly reached the ears of Americans who began looking for her. She was finally arrested on August 10, 1945. After several interrogations, in which her ability and dedication to the tasks of the concentration camps became clear, she was extradited to Poland. In November 1947, after 2 years in Allied custody, she was tried for crimes against humanity in a court in the city of Krakow. The sentence: the death penalty. On January 28, 1948, the Beast of Auschwitz was taken to the gallows, an instrument of execution that she knew perfectly well in her time as a guardian. At 8 in the morning, the life of this infamous woman came to an end. Mandel is part of the evil trinity of SS guardians along with Irma Grese and Ilse Koch. Thanks for watching the video. If you are interested in World War II content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I upload new videos every week.